Whether you're starting a business or you're trying to grow an existing business, really having a solid marketing plan in place is critical to not only your brand awareness and growth, but also generating sales leads. And let's face it, if people don't know you exist, how can they buy from you, right? Now, it is a lot more challenging if you don't have the resources in place or the tools in place to actually help with marketing your brand. But you do need to have some sort of plan in place in order to keep your brand in front of your ideal customers. You need to research who those ideal customers are, where they spend time, and what pain points they're actually going through so you can incorporate that into your marketing messaging. And what I'm going to review today are 5 ideas that you can implement in your business to help market your brand and keep your name out in front of your ideal customers wherever they're spending time. So let's get to it. Hi, I'm Vicki O'Neill Carroll. I help entrepreneurs and small business owners with their marketing and really helping them take their business from plateau to grow. If that sounds like you are in the right place. Today I'm going to review 5 ideas that you can implement in your business to help market your brand, increase awareness, and really drive high quality leads to your business so that you can convert them to sales. Let's go ahead and jump into the first idea, which is having an SEO friendly website. Having an online business or an online website is critical to any business today, whether you're just starting or you've been around for 20 years. That's where people start their research. And if you're not there, then you're missing out on opportunities, right? The thing is that once you've created your website, you need to maintain it. Google loves websites that are being maintained and they're being kept current with new content and updates and really essentially showing pride in your website by updating content and making sure that it's going to create the best experience for your ideal customers, whether they're finding you through a search engine like Google or they navigate to your website directly or through social media. So SEO friendly websites is going to be your number one priority. And if you don't do anything else from this video, make sure that you are taking good care of your website and making sure that your SEO friendliness score is up high. In fact, I'll include a link in the description where you can go and find what your SEO score is. And then also that tool or that report will give you strategies and tactics that you can take action on to increase your score. So I'll include that in the description for your use as well. 2 really quick tips on things that you need to pay attention to with your SEO that you may not really have any focus on, but really you need to, and they can be pretty quick. The first thing is honing in on long tail keywords. So that's adding on keywords that are more specific to your particular business and geography than just a generic keyword term. So an example would be website design would be a very generic high level keyword term. But if you were going to long tail it and make that a long tail keyword phrase, then it would be website designs for businesses in Cincinnati who focus on manufacturing, or manufacturing website designs for Cincinnati firms. So you can see how the more words and the more specific your keywords are, that it's really going to hone in on how people are actually typing in information today. Now, I can't say the last time I only typed in 1 or 2 keywords to find information. Like, it's been years. Whenever I'm looking for information, I type in as specific as I possibly can, and that gets me to exactly where I want to be very quickly. So all you need to do is kind of place yourself into your ideal customers and think, what are they going to be searching for to find my offer? And then incorporate those keywords into your website design. The other thing that I want you to think about on SEO is to not forget about the technical side of SEO. And you're probably thinking, well, what the heck is that? The technical side of SEO is something like your page load speed. That really factors into Google and where you're going to fall in the algorithm. Because as we know from your own user experience, when you go to search for a website and you click on a link to go to that website, if it doesn't show up on your phone like pretty much immediately, you kind of cancel out of it, right? So the same is true when people are looking for your information. If they click on that link and go to your website and it's a long, slow process, chances are pretty high that they're going to go back and go choose another link. So make sure that your page load speeds are quick The second idea that you can use to market your business and help grow it is through social media. Now, we all have access to this. All platforms are free. The only thing that you need to do is create a plan and then also invest the time and resources into really making it work for you. So, as you know, if you've been on any of the social media platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or YouTube or Pinterest or any of them, whichever one that it is, if you spent any time on those platforms, it's saturated with information, right? I mean, there's tens and hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people in some cases, that are on these different platforms. And it can seem very overwhelming to think, how can I possibly attract the attention of anyone, let alone my ideal customers, to help them understand I'm even here, and then to get them to engage with me, and then ultimately to buy from me. And yes, it does take some time, but with planning and knowing where your ideal customers spend time, that's really going to help carve out all of the time and a lot of the heartache and headaches of trying to find those individuals. Because if you're advertising on Facebook and that's where they're spending the majority of their time, then you're doing the right things up front, right? But if you know they're spending time on Facebook and you're investing time promoting your company on LinkedIn, then you really got a missed opportunity there. And that's why it's so important to really hone in on where your ideal customers are spending time so that you're maximizing that little time that you have to market your business as it is. If you're going to spend time online, you might as well maximize it, right? So there are things that you can do beyond that to help really attract and engage your ideal customers, right? So one thing is to be consistent. So create a schedule of some sort, have different types of posts that you're going to create, who's going to be posting them, identify some hashtags. Like on all the platforms, you really just need 3 hashtags. Instagram's the one that you can kind of go above and beyond on the hashtags. So know what those hashtags are. Do some research ahead of time. Find out what people are talking about. What do people need? Where are the gaps? What are the keywords that you need to incorporate? Look at some of the research that needs to be done ahead of time, and it doesn't have to be done every single day. You can actually plan out your social media content on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis or on a quarterly basis. There are some people who even have content that you can plan out for the entire year. Make sure that you're also using high quality images. And in all of your profiles, make sure that you have your website linked to a page, whether it's your home page or your offers page or a relevant page on your website, so that when they click on that, they go directly to where you want them to go based on where they think they should be going, right? So it may not always make sense to have them go to your home page, but if it makes sense, then just do that. If you have a sales page that makes it more relevant, then add that in as well. Now you can switch them up, of course, so make sure that you're paying attention to that as well. And if you need to switch it up, switch it up. It's only going to help you and them in the long run. The third idea for growing your business is to incorporate some type of customer reward program. It could be a referral program, it could be a VIP type program. And I've actually talked about this in other videos as well, but it's a great way to get customers who have purchased from you once, continue to keep them engaged in your brand and stay with you longer. But there needs to be something in it for them. So if you incorporate something that really makes them feel a part of your brand, or makes them feel a part of your community, or makes them feel valued and helping you maybe develop your next product by being part of a research group or testing a beta version that you already have created, something that makes them feel like they are a part of your brand. And that's really going to help them make referrals for other people who might be looking for your product and service. And it also helps them feel like they belong and are a part of something bigger than themselves, and are more likely going to purchase from you again with new products, existing services, or any of your offerings. As we know, your customers are your biggest advocates, and they're also your biggest marketers. So if you're providing that good experience for them, they're more likely going to refer you than they would be to have a prospect go someplace else. One thing that can become very overwhelming from the very beginning, and even if you're already in your business for a while, are your analytics. But it's something that's really critical to help you understand what's working and what's not working in your business. And that's my fourth idea for you today, is to dive into your analytics as early as possible so that you can understand what's going on in your business And that will help drive your marketing data and your marketing efforts moving forward. So it can be Google Analytics, or if you have other analytics tools built into your website platform or just other third-party tools, just make sure that they are connected the right way, meaning that they're capturing the data from all pages, including the interactions between pages. And if you have landing pages that are developed on third-party platforms like a ClickFunnels or any other funnel type platform, make sure that you have a way to track that information as well. The fifth idea I have for you in promoting your business is to create explainer videos. Now, the first thing you might be thinking is, I don't have any products to explain. Like, what would I possibly explain? And really, there's a lot of different things that you can explain, even if you don't have physical products in your business that you manufacture or that you sell. But here's the thing. When you create explainer videos, they help with brand awareness. How do they do that? Think back on the example that I gave with searching on Google and having your videos listed on the search results page. So if someone's searching for your product or service on Google, of course, your listings, your ads are always going to be placed higher up on the results page, right? They're always above the fold. But after that, or even if there aren't any ads, you're going to have videos placed in the search results page before you get to page 2. So if you are creating an explainer video that's specific to what your ideal customers are searching for, a pain point, a problem, an emergency, a need, a gap, whatever that is, if they're searching for it and those keywords are tied to your video and you explain what they can expect in going through this process with you, solving their problem, bridging the gap, overcoming the pain point, overcoming the obstacle, whatever that is. If your explainer video is right there, not only is it going to create brand awareness, but it's also going to increase awareness of what you offer. And if you do a great job of explaining in the video what you do or what they can expect or whatever the process is or the onboarding, whatever it is, if you do a great job of that, then chances of them clicking on a link to provide information to you, which becomes a lead that you can then follow up on and have a conversation and ultimately close that deal, then you're going to really see the power of video and having that be very specific to the keywords that they were typing in at the very beginning. If you're really struggling with what types of explainer videos to look at, especially if you're a service-based business, you could give a demo of a product that you offer or a service that you offer. If you do some calculations behind the scenes, you could do a demo on what it looks like to go through the calculations and kind of play around with different numbers that might be relevant to them and their situation. If you do like data analytics, you could walk through the process of looking at Google Analytics in some of the, maybe just the top 3 most important, critical, business critical aspects or data fields on Google Analytics that really people need to understand in order to make intelligent decisions on their marketing or their SEO or their page breakdown or whatever it is. You can make all kinds of different explainer videos. But anything that you can talk through or show or even kind of reveal behind the scenes of something that might just intrigue your ideal customers to know what they could expect with you, then go ahead and do it. The more that you can keep your name out there and the more interesting and different you can be, the more likely it is that you're going to attract a wider audience and they're going to take action, which means that you're going to have more leads. And when you have more leads that are relevant to your business and what you're looking for, then that's how you're really going to grow your business. That's all I have for you today. If you have questions, let me know in the comments below what questions you have. I'd love to hear from you. If you have other tips that you want to share on what has helped you grow your business, I would love to hear from you as well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for investing your time in this video on my channel. As always, make today great. That's it, folks.